Hello, and welcome to Candidates Up Front. This is a public interest election program of Berks Community Television and the League of Women Voters of Berks County. I'm Judith Cranus. Our May 20th municipal primary election is fast approaching. Democrats and Republicans will select their candidates for judges, school directors, and township, borough, and city officials. This is the election where Democrats and Republicans choose the candidates who will represent them on the November ballot. However, when there is a question on the ballot, as there is in the Kutztown School District, all registered voters in that district vote on the question. It's not just Democrats and Republicans. Any registered voter should come and vote. To check your voting status, you can go online to vote.pa.gov. And that is the official state Pennsylvania website. It's a government site, very safe. And there you can register to vote. You can change your party. You can locate your polling place, or you can apply for an absentee or mail-in ballot. And the deadline to register is May 5th. The deadline to apply for a mail-in ballot is May 13th. Now, the League, in its part, is interviewing those candidates who want to be interviewed in the contested races. For each race, the candidates will get the same basic questions and have the same amount of time to answer them. Let's begin.
Hello, welcome to Candidates Up Front. This is a program of BCTV and the League of Women Voters of Berks County, and I'm Kay Herring. There are 7 candidates who are running on the Democratic ballot for the Reading School Director for a standard 4-year term. There are 4 positions that are open, and you may vote for 4. The 7 that are running are Paige M. Brookins, Robin Kostenbader Jacobson, Migdalia P. Garcia, M. Amelia Portes, Yahira Stone, Jonathan Tinoco, and Patricia Wright. Again, you may vote for 4 of those. There are also 2 vacancies on the school board right now that have created 2 2-year terms, and 4 candidates are running on the Democratic ballot for those 2 positions. Those people are Paige M. Brookins, Chantel Hector, Nick Philippidis, and Yahira Stone, and you may vote for 2 of those. The school directors govern the school district, and this is for, of course, the school district of Reading. They set policy, establish curricula, adopt a budget, and determine tax rate necessary to support it. They select the superintendent and approve appointments of staff. About half the board is elected at each municipal election. They serve part-time and are not paid for their work. Each candidate that we have on, their views are their own, and they are not those of BCTV or the League of Women Voters. Today, the interview that you are joining us for is with M. Amelia Portes. Welcome, Amelia.
Thank you.
Please start off by telling the viewers about yourself and a little bit about why you're running for this position.
Okay. My name is Amelia Portes. I am a city resident. I live in the historic district where I bought my home at the age of 19. I'm running because I believe in our youth. Working with our youth has been something I have focused on a lot within my time here in the city. I just know that they have all the potential in the world to strive and make our community a great place, a safe place. And with me running, I know that I can help get them to where they need to succeed.
Great. And tell us about your background, like where you work, your education maybe, and how that is preparing you or has prepared you to be a school director and serve on a board and to make budget and policy decisions.
So currently I am now the youth engagement coordinator for the Centro Hispano Daniel Tours right here on 2nd Street. And I also previously worked with the Reading Public Library. I worked at the Northwest Branch as the youth program coordinator, as well as the main branch right on 5th Street as the teen librarian in the teen department, where I focused on, working, getting programs, creating programs, working with the budget, and just engaging our youth and getting kids who would never step foot inside of the library into the teen department and making sure that they had a safe space to feel welcomed and a part of their community. So I think with that experience, with budgeting and as well as being a homeowner at a young age, I had to learn how to budget real fast. So with all of that, I believe it helps with that experience helps me be a good candidate.
So you live in the school district, of course.
Yeah.
And what do you think are the top needs of the Reading School District?
So working a lot with the youth of the city and being in contact with a lot of parents. I've spoke a lot previously before becoming a candidate and afterwards, just listening to what the parents need and what the students what they think is missing as well. And one thing I would want to focus on, and the things that I think the Reading School District needs, is safety, feeling safe within their community, as well as just going to school and coming home from school, especially during that dismissal time when the kids are getting let out. I think that's when we need to focus most on keeping them safe away from erratic car driving and all of that, as well as parental involvement. I know a lot of the parents feel like they're not involved, and they should be. Your kids are leaving you for a majority of the day, and you need to know what they're going on in their lives. Mental health resources, and specifically working with special education classes and students such as neurodivergent students. I think that their needs are extremely important, and getting their resources and just helping them get to that next level in society as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, the Reading School District is a very large school district and serves the needs of many, many different types of students, including students that have English as their second language, maybe special education students, students from very low-income families, different ethnicities, there's race, there's gender issues. How will you address all of those different needs when it comes to the different types of students in the district?
Right. There's so many to touch on, and I definitely want to be able to get to all of those communities within Reading School District. And I think, engagement with parents and community is so important. So finding what is top priority in the city would specifically be my first way to address all of these situations. And then just finding ways to pick away at making each one better and more progressive, but definitely getting involved with my community, asking them what they need from us.
Great. And what are your views on how social studies and language arts are taught in our schools? And should that include banning or restricting access to books or speakers in response to parent objections? Or is there a way to include that? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
So as a product of the public school, I don't know how it is now, as I graduated probably 8 years ago now. But social studies and language arts, I feel like they could give more to our students. They could be more thorough about, just social current events and as such. But as far as banning books and having access to books, I stand completely with not banning. As a former librarian, I know the importance of books for the youth and of all ages. To be completely honest, these people need to be seen, to be understood, and books are such a great way to access that need, that fulfillment. And just to take it away, I understand parental objections. I've had a few myself, and we've worked together through it, understanding books are such a wide variety of options, but a lot of the time they do more good than bad. So,
great, thank you. On a different subject, we talked about one of the roles of a director is to set a budget. What are your views on educator salaries and benefits? It's obviously a big expense for the district. And how would you deal with the teacher shortage?
In my eyes, I believe teachers do not get enough credit. I don't believe they get the salary they deserved. I think they're very undermined, and I don't believe it's right. Teachers have helped me pave my way to the career that I've been choosing in life and the positive actions that I've done throughout my years. But as for how I would deal with teacher shortages, just finding ways to reach out more within our community, getting those bilingual and immigrant representations within the school and recruiting them to, get active in being a teacher and partnering with local colleges to provide pathways into getting into teaching and just focusing on getting that recruitment.
Okay. Reading is one of the most underfunded schools in the state, and it may get additional funds from this year's state budget. That remains to be seen yet. But what do you think is the most important thing to spend that money on if there is extra money in the state budget for Reading?
Absolutely. So I think the most important, I feel like everything is important, and I wish I could give unlimited amounts of money to all of it to make it, to reach the needs and all the children. However, I would focus on mental health and special education support, getting teachers resources, making sure that stays durable during the times that we're in, as well as career and business partnerships. I believe that strengthening relationships within our local businesses and communities and organizations and getting, our students paid internships, apprenticeships, working and getting bilingual career resources, as well as certifications for them, making it easier for them to have a progressive lifestyle in society once they graduate, just building them up to be the students that they should be.
Great. Do you advocate any changes to the curriculum at any level? A change could either be adding or taking away subjects or programs.
So, that's a good question. So I do advocate positive change. I think that, adding financial literacy and teaching our students how to buy homes and budget is a good thing to add into our curriculum, a good program to get them, prepared for adulthood. As well as, something I would focus on is getting 5th grade out of middle school as well, seeing if that was a possibility, just because I feel as though with my experience and seeing 5th graders that are in the middle school, how it's affected them in a negative way, and just sort of expose them to different things that might be a little too old for 5th grade. So I do believe in changing some curriculum in the right ways.
Okay. The next subject is school choice, which is a big topic. And first of all, should the choice be just in the traditional setting or include options for virtual learning? And then the funding of school choice, do you think that it should be publicly funded with tax credits or vouchers? How involved should the school districts be in this? And should there even be private charter schools?
So I am all for traditional public school. I believe that we should put all of our focus into public schools and our resources because that's where the majority of your kids are. I think that charter schools and virtual academies, they're okay. However, I do think that they drain funds from our school district without delivering better outcomes. I went to a cyber school in the city when I was younger, and I know that I did better in a public school setting, and I'm not speaking for all children. I know that virtual school sometimes benefits certain students, and I support that when it's in the public school system. But as far as charter schools, private charter schools, I think that we definitely should focus more on traditional public schools.
Okay, thank you. What are the 3 things, or maybe just the top few items, that you would want to accomplish if you are elected?
So something that I have been very focused on while running and campaigning is getting our youth involved in, the whole voting process, letting them know their right to vote. And it's there, it's free, learn about it. It's your voice, it's your time that you can express, what your wants and needs from local officials, and but definitely getting young voters, as well as that safety, wanting to making our students feel safe in our community and our school districts, whether that's when they have to park 6 blocks from the high school because there's no parking, or whether it's walking home after school and it's crossing a street. I want them to feel safe in all aspects, and I want to focus on strengthening that student relationship with, strengthening student relationships with businesses as well. That's what I want to focus on, getting them clear career pathways and the best opportunities provided to them.
Okay. You can tell us a little bit more maybe about your volunteer activities, or I believe this is the first time you're running for office, right?
Yes, it is.
So as a first-time person running, I mean, do you have other aspirations, or talk to us a little bit about that?
So I'm currently a student at the Reading Area Community College. I am pursuing my associates in creative writing. So I'm involved with after college activities, as well as I live in the historic district. So I love to volunteer when I have the time in my district, whether that's at the Artifact Bank or just Halloween parties in the park. As far as running, I'm very excited for my first time running. I definitely have been into politics since I was in high school. And with the encouragement of my friends and family, I decided this year to get involved and help become a voice for a lot of city kids that were just like me growing up. And it's just been such a joy getting to see my community up close and personal, and getting to know their wants and needs, and getting to know them on a personal level. It's truly rewarding. But yeah, public library, that I still go and I visit. I have, while I was there, I focused a lot on youth gun violence, and I created a painting that had a lot of victims in our city, and I put it back up. It was at the main library, and I put it back up at the Southeast branch, and it currently has been receiving a positive outlook. And so just getting more involved within my community, my libraries, my organizations, just being a positive person.
Well, great. We have about a minute left if you'd like to make a closing statement, and maybe why should voters vote for you for Reading School Director?
Well, I want to say thank you for having me at BCTV, and I want to thank the viewers for watching and taking the time to listen to me and what I have to say. I hope I can gain your support, because I can promise that I will fight for your child. I will fight for you. I will advocate for all of all of the youth in Reading, and just help make a positive city of Reading, one that students can be proud of and be happy to come back to, and share their talents and their creativity within so many organizations that we have here, and just making sure that they feel like they're in a safe space. School is just, you spend every day there almost, except for 2 days and holidays. It's like a full-time job for students, and we deserve to give them the resources and programs that they deserve, and making sure that the money is going where it needs to be with all the needs that are being met. So I can say that I'm positive that I'm the best option for you and getting your child where they need to be. Just making sure that each student feels heard and represented. But yeah, I would appreciate your support, and I'm just happy to be running. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you, Amelia. Today we've been talking to Amelia Portes. She will be on the ballot as M. Amelia Portes. And there will be 7 candidates running for Reading School Director on the Democratic ticket. This is for a 4-year term. You can vote for 4. The candidates are Paige Brookins, Robin Costenbader Jacobson, Migdalia P. Garcia, M. Amelia Portes, Yahara Stone, Jonathan Tinoco, and Patricia Wright. There also are 2 2-year openings on the school board, and they are 4 candidates that are running on the Democratic office, and you can vote for 2 of these. Those people are Paige M. Brookins, Chantel Hector, Nick Philippides, and Yahara Stone. Thank you very much for joining us today. This is an episode of Candidates Up Front, and you can see these candidates on BCTV, also the BCTV website and their YouTube page. And any information on the candidates that are running in your particular area, you go to vote411.org. That's vote411.org. This is Kay Herring. Thanks for joining us and the League of Women Voters of Berks County.